Hello, I hope this is on. My name's Dave, and I've just taken over Coldborough Park Farm here. What the... Okay, that wasn't meant to happen. Oh. Well, I was going to play this realistically and bring the harvester down from the shop to the farmyard on the back of the low loader, but apparently the AI traffic fix is a bit too enthusiastic at times. I'm going to try and still do it. So I'm going to try and get a story. Ooh. You're just going to hit the truck. Okay. Press the wrong button. Okay, so everything's just gonna get reset. You can see I got quite a lot set up already. So we've been charged with taking over Coldborough Park Farm. It's it's in a bit of debt, €150,000, and well, our job is to take it out of debt. You can see we've got quite a bit of equipment. Luckily luckily or unluckily, luckily for us, not so lucky for him, the previous farmer was evicted and told he had to leave all of his equipment as collateral because he had... Well, his debt was quite a lot. So, I'm just going to go up here. As you can see, I've got... just out of the storyline for a minute. Got manual ignition in. And soil mod, as usual. My mods are all in the mod lists below, so you can find them there. So let's get going and get ready to go. So, it's actually harvest time here, luckily enough, and we're as we're taking over. And we have a few fields. We've got fields 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. Also known as Blacksmith, Perrystone, Blacksmith Field, Perrystone Hill, Little Meadow, Hopyard, Grindstone, Conigers, the Old Mill and the House Meadow. So I think we're gonna start off with the blacksmith field. So we're gonna actually drive the harvester down because I don't trust the AI, unfortunately. I was gonna do this realistically, and everything else went to the farm. I drove it all from the shop realistically. We're gonna drive in cab, and you'll notice that the mirrors are turned off and the graphics look a bit worse than usual. This map is so graphically intensive I've had to turn down the graphics to normal. And it seems to stabilize the game a lot, so I might just continue using normal for a while. So, as you can also see, I've got the CR pack of harvesters. And I could have gone down here on the low loader. So I'm going to need to actually run back up to the farm real quick. I'll just turn off the harvester for the time being. I have to run back up to the farm real quick and get the... Need to get the header and bring it down to the field. I'll also need to get my my grain trailer, which inexplicably I bought the same one that came with the map originally, but oh well. Now, for some reason, the previous owner decided he wanted a Lamborghini, so that's what we're starting off with. It's the only tractor he owned, and it's the only tractor we've been given. So, that's kind of helpful. He also has, for whatever reason, a JCB... I think this is the only tractor we have. I'm just going to check real quick, because I can't remember fully. So I've got a list written out here. I took pictures of all the equipment, and let's have a look. Yeah, the Lamborghini is the only tractor he had. So we got a decent bit of equipment. We've got something for everything. And he also had, for some reason, a JCB telehandler. I think he was a bit of a JCB fan. Some nice equipment, to be fair. Some of it I wouldn't personally want. The Lamborghini especially. I prefer New Hollands. If you couldn't guess from my harvester. This is one that I brought myself. He absconded with his harvester. It was a John Deere something or other. It wasn't the greatest harvester in the world, and I'm kind of happy he absconded with it. So we were given oh, that happens. Okay. This is not going to plan. Okay, quick explanation out of whatever character and story. This is the Leguan Quattro 25. It actually has a locking script, but apparently I forgot to turn it on. So I'm gonna have to actually hop into the harvester again in a moment. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring the trailer down to the field so that we are ready to go with that. And once we get this done, we can bring the harvest. This is not going to plan at all. Once we get this done, we can bring the harvester back up and get started on the blacksmith field. Shouldn't have done that. Now I do have a mod that I'll actually be periodically turning on and off, and that's the tram lines mod. I'm actually going to turn that on when I'm spraying once the crop is up. Once it's established, so it's 3 days in between growth stages. I'll be doing it. Once the crop's established, I'll actually be turning on the tram lines mod and spraying with it on. Otherwise it's going to be turned off because it's just a pain. So again, out of character, if you are a long time viewer of the channel, I love you. Seriously, you're amazing. But you'll remember that I actually did a map spotlight of Coldborough Farm. And I said a few things that were kind of spur of the moment observations that it would be nice if the gate trigger was there. It's there now. Really nice touch. One thing I do regret saying, and Bullet Bill, he called me on it. The hedges have collisions. Bullet Bill called me on it. So all the hedges have collisions. I didn't pick up the biggest header for this. There's a bigger one, but I think I'm even going to have trouble getting this into the field. Yep. So let's try and get into the field. Now we've been given the previous farmer had 25 sheep for some reason and 25 cows. So we'll have to deal with them as well as pretty much everything else on the farm. But the big issue we have is that we've got 150,000 euros of debt, and that's actually increasing very quickly because of the amount of equipment he left. Not going to be the most fun time. And luckily he did leave well, the pickup's mine actually. But he did leave us enough equipment to really do everything we need to do. He only had a small seeder for whatever reason, so I think I'll use that for the first, probably the first plant, first seeding, and go from there. In terms of, again out of character, in terms of videos here, I'm going to do quite a lot on screen, so you have quite a lot of videos where I could be doing the same thing 2 or 3 times in a row, or where I'm silent and put some music in the background or something. but I will be doing quite a lot on the screen instead of my usual off-screen antics, just so that I'm not cheating or whatever. And there are no rules, I just have to stick within the game. Oh yeah, this guy, he wasn't very good at keeping his fields. Whoever was in charge of the farm before us, he wasn't very good at keeping his fields monocultured. So there is, and I know it, I've been told this anyway, and I'm beginning to see it now. Don't choke on your spit. I'm beginning to see it now. There's actually quite a lot of volunteer, I believe it's volunteer barley on this field, around the edges, and I think parts of the middle as well have quite a bit of volunteer barley. That just means he clearly left some barley seed in his seed drill, and that's a no-no. It's a bit of a silly mistake for any farmer to make. You'd expect that he'd have cleared it out and got rid of the excess seeds. But apparently the old owner didn't, and that's probably why he's in 150,000, or why he got into so much debt. I'm just glad that I can afford. I only actually paid €1 for this farm. I was in such debt that I paid €1, and I was basically told he has everything here, but he ran off with his harvester. It was a John Deere, I think it was a W540. I don't like the W540, so I picked up a CR7. It seems to be working well enough. I prefer a bigger one, but I was told the fields are a bit... They don't like bigger harvesters around here. The fields are a bit... the gradients are a bit too extreme for bigger harvesters, so I picked up a decent sized header with it and figured I'd be perfectly fine, and that seems to be the case. So I think we should be okay with this harvester for the time being. We might even pick up a second one and hire a worker if we can get enough money together. I'd rather not go into any further debt, so we'll be doing all the work ourselves. I probably should have turned off the Lamborghini. I'm just wasting fuel with it idling over there. I'll need to pick it up in a second anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's get the pipe out and ready to go. Good. How big of a tank does this thing have? This is actually quite impressive. We'll almost be stopping right beside the Lamborghini when this thing's full. So it looks like he didn't even put down the right amount of nutrients on his fields. Good lord. And no herbicide as well. This guy was just asking for trouble. I'm amazed there's not I'm amazed that this field isn't just completely weeds, to be honest. There's no herbicide, the nutrients are wrong. Amazingly, he's kept the moisture right, but it was raining yesterday, so that might be affecting it. The pH is quite good as well. I think he managed to keep the pH perfect. So let's get the Lamborghini over. I used this is the real workhorse. As you can see, it's a bit dirty. I brought everything. He'd abandoned everything at the shop thinking you're trying to sell at the shop, said no, because he owed them so much, and they knew I was coming in. Can I not get this thing under the pipe? Or does this harvester... Oh. Why is the harvester not unloading? It is. I obviously wasn't under the pipe. I'm just going to turn off the Lamborghini. It doesn't need to be on. Hop into the New Holland again. Just bring it back a bit. There we go. That's not the... That's the greatest unload animation there, but it'll do. I like these, the CR7. It actually fills a gap in the game. It's a 7-meter header. So, I know I could have picked up a bigger one, and I could have picked up a smaller one. I thought I'd start off with 7 meters and experiment from there, so that's what we've got, and that's what we're going with. So yeah, we've got a mix of kind of all the normal grains in the area. We've got some rape in the next field. I know there's some barley fields around, and I think that's about it. I think it's just rape, barley, and canola. Rape, barley, and canola. Yes, rape, barley, and rape. Rape, barley, and wheat. I was told that he used to plant sugar beets as well, and a bit of maize, but it looks like he's not doing that anymore. I just noticed my sandwich was really too big on the game sandwich. So I'll fix that once the game stops derping. This is about as good a performance I can get out of it, unfortunately. So I need to check the emails and stuff once I'm finished. So what I'm going to do, because I think something's gone horribly wrong with the game here, never mind. I was going to cut that out, but apparently the game decided it wanted to start working again. So what I'm going to do very quickly is I'm actually going to just knock the sound down a bit, because this harvester is quite loud. That's better. There we go, I can hear myself talk again. So we're going to do probably 3 headlands around this field and then switch on the GPS module I've had installed. I do like having GPS in all my vehicles, so you know, I can get my straight lines without too much effort. And I'm a bit lazy like that. Apparently frogs love coming to live in my throat, but at the moment I'm really sorry about that, but c'est la vie, as the French would say. Or as the Spanish would say, I don't know how to say it in Spanish. I'm sure it's quite funny in Dutch. It probably sounds like you're actually coughing. If you say, you know, I'm sorry about the coughing, it probably sounds like you're coughing again in Dutch. Not to insult Dutch people, because I know a few of you guys who watch are from Holland. I'm not insulting you, I'm just saying your language sounds funny. I love it, but it sounds funny. It sounds like you've got some serious phlegm problems. Same to Wales, actually. Wales sounds like... Wales, seriously, clear your throats. But yeah, we're gonna just harvest up this field, and I think we're coming up near the end of the episode here, because I mean, you're not going to want me to watch me trying to come up with things to say over a harvest for half an hour or an hour at a time. So we are trying, and I've been told this is our aim. I don't really agree with it, but I mean, I bought I took up on the contract, so I suppose I've got to fulfill it. I've been told that we need to get €1 million into this farm. We need to actually make €1 million from this farm and get our bank balance up to €1 million. We also need to do some forestry and get some pretty heavy duty forestry equipment. For whatever reason, the bank wants the forests. I think there's something about soil erosion, and the forests need to be gone and replanted. So we need to get some pretty heavy duty forestry equipment. I know there's a few forests in the area that need to be done. They've actually marked out on a map for me what forests need to be done. They've put a little T down, which is it's actually quite helpful. They've also let me know where all the seed shops and fertilizer shops are in the area. So I mean, they're, you know, taking with one hand, giving back with the other, I suppose. I'm gonna want to get a bigger seeder, because the last guy had is 3 meters. It's just not big enough. I've also been told there's a lot of demand for Coldborough Park, because Coldborough Park, because we are pretty much feeding the local community off this farm. It's very local, organic, kind of situation. Not organic, because I love my chemical fertilizers. But it's a very local kind of place, and a lot of the stuff that comes off the farm goes straight into the shops down in town. I've been told they want us to start producing some lamb and some beef, as well as they like chicken in town, so they want us to do chickens. Luckily, the eggs are produced in the next farm, just down the road a few miles, so we don't have to worry about that. I never have got a chicken coop that actually saves the eggs up nicely. So let's put the pipe out again and find the Lamborghini. Oh, Lamborghini's just over there. So I think the pipe's out. The pipe is not out. Why? Did I just put the pipe in? Did I just drive around the entire field with the pipe out and put it back in when I wanted it out? I really need to pay attention to the buttons. Oh well. So I think I'm going to finish this first, not the first headland, the second headland, and actually go unload the trailer. So I'm going to keep you guys with me for another minute or two, just while I unload the combine again and get this trailer unloaded. Now I do have some tools that will let me help me out with Farm Sim the game. As you know, I have the dev tools turned on, just because I occasionally find some strange issues and I want to try and figure out what they are. So we have lots to do, just absolutely loads. The previous farmer didn't do any first cut or any mowing at all, so our 3 meadows, which 2 of them are down by the cows, that's helpful. One I believe is up at one's up at Chatton Ridge, and I think that's where all of our animals are kept, all the edible animals. Chantry Farm, you can see it circled in red there on the map. That's where our cows are, and we're working out of Coldborough Farm, which is pretty much where all the grain work goes on, all the tillage goes on. But we've been instructed we need to work on a bit of everything. So you guys will be here for a while, I'll be here for a while, and I think I'm going to keep the camera running while I'm doing quite a bit of this harvest. I don't know if I'll do it all today. Well, before lunchtime anyway. So I'll keep you guys with me for a while. I'm going to turn off or disable the microphone and keep you guys with me, and then edit some music in the background and speed up the footage a bit. But I'm all on my lonesome for now. Hopefully in time we'll get somebody in to help cart the grain or something. Even if it is just some guy from the village who happens to know how to drive a tractor. I have been told they're not very good at it, so I may struggle with some aspects of this farm. I'd also like to get a bigger tractor. I mean, this Lamborghini's great. I mean, it is nice, but it's a bit silly. Yes, it's a Lamborghini, but it's just not really good enough. One other thing, and this will really come into effect when we're actually carting out on the main roads. There's actually a speed limit in effect. The local council, for whatever reason, has decided that the entire area has been speeding for like ever, and the speed limit now on all of the roads is 30 miles an hour. I don't know why they decided it, I don't know how they decided it, but they decided it and we have to abide by it. So as you can see, my speedometers here are in kilometers an hour, because that's what I prefer. So we'll be hitting 50 at most on the roads. In the fields we can go whatever speed we like, so I'm going to be running around. I think this thing can manage 60. We'll be running around like that. But until next time, when we'll be doing at least more of Blacksmithfield, maybe the rest of it. It really depends on how much battery I've got left from this camera. Until then, stay safe, happy farming, and goodbye.